Hi, welcome to Barriers to the Web 2.0. I'm going to try to make my summaries a little shorter to see if I can shorten the length of this video to get it to upload at home. The articles were basically all talking about different struggles, the accessibility, funding issues, priorities of leaders and stakeholders, training for teachers on how to get funding, implementing technology in the classrooms, getting equal access to all, and finding the time for teachers and students to get on and use technology. Can the digital divide be solved? I believe that it can be. It may not be completely resolved, but we can certainly take a big bite of it. I think you have to think creatively, though. We need to look at businesses, rely on free enterprise for solutions, and look at things the government has in place. I teach in Wichita, Kansas, and we currently have a program where I believe it's Verizon has donated so many hotspots that can be checked out from a local library, and you can check the hotspot out for 14 days, and it gives your household free internet. The behind the scenes kind of campaigning with that is, yes, it is helping the families, but from the business's standpoint of view, they are giving it to you for 14 days for free, which, as most educators know, once you do something for 14 days, it creates a habit, an addiction, and so then when the families have to return the free hotspot on the 15th day, they're going, oh my gosh, I need internet. So then they seek out ways to get internet in the home on their own, or simply recheck out the hotspot again if that is allowed. So using free enterprise, looking at businesses like Sprint and Verizon, AT&T, to provide some of those free hotspots, and even going to McDonald's to get on their hotspots is something that a lot of families are doing. The government also has a program where if you are low income and haven't had services before, you can be qualified for a $10 rate package. So there are some things that are helping to maybe not get rid of the digital divide, but at least close that gap. What skills are needed prior to graduation? I'm not really as focused on the technology skills for graduation as everything else. Students today need soft skills. They need creativity. They need to be able to take initiative. They need to be able to work cooperatively. They do need to have some basic computer skills, and they need to have the ability to ask questions and the intrinsic drive to research to find those answers out. A lot of jobs, once you get the job, you go through their specific training. You learn how to use their computer system, their operating system, their logins, everything that they need that is specific to that line of work, they train you for. It's the skills that make you who you are that kids are in most need of. The ability to ask a question, find out why, research it, use the computer to research and find out other options. Those are the skills that I think kids are needing the most in today's society. What impact has the global economy had on me? It has had a huge impact on me. Not only am I an educator, but I do also own several small businesses. It could be rental properties, shaved ice stand, and outdoor batting cages. And so having the global economy and using the internet to resource, buy supplies, advertise, find renters, pair with other businesses, that has been very essential to the growth of my own business. When I when I have questions about my own medical history, I'm able to look those up on the internet. It helps me. It makes me healthier. I know what to expect. Before the internet, I couldn't do that. I was totally reliant on my doctors, and now I have more control over that. Vacation opportunities, huge impact. Now I can research places that I want to go that I never knew that I wanted to go because I'd never seen it. Having access to the world, to the internet, we can see where we want to go and learn about places and cultures that we never knew existed before. Another huge benefit is being able to access a plethora of ideas. Pinterest, huge resource for educators. We're able to interact and get ideas from fellow educators from across the nation, across the world, be able to collaborate with them. All of that has a huge impact on our classrooms. However, there are some drawbacks. That being, people are feeling detached. They feel like they can be negative, they can bully, because they don't know, they're just doing it in front of a screen rather than to a person. Our society does seem to be less social. We've got a lot of people that are more closed off. They're used to talking to a computer screen rather than a human, and that has created a lot of negative consequences. And I also do see a lot of people being less altruistic. They help someone, but they help the person, or they do the good deed just so they can post the Instagram, to post the Snapchat, not actually because they are intrinsically motivated and want to help the world. It seems to be wanting the extrinsic reward of getting recognition, and I don't think that's really the best route to take. What training do I need? The training that I look forward to the most isn't actually technology training, but it is training on how to help families use the internet, how to help families make sure they keep their children safe on the internet. I also look for more information, more training, more knowledge about brain development of children and how technology and screens and the lights are affecting the growth of their brains. Studies show that there should only be 2 hours of screen time a day. So when you add up all that we are giving them at school, plus all they are getting at home, that far exceeds 2 hours a day. And I want to know more about the brain development and how this is rewiring and the positive and negatives that children are going to be experiencing as a result. I would also like to find out more ways to integrate technology to family time. Kids do need to experience technology, but I also want them playing regular games, talking, having dinner time. So to find different ways that parents can incorporate technology into some of those traditional family times, family traditions, using an iPad as a dice, using an iPad to ask questions and to read, to answer back, to be a conversation starter rather than the babysitter. Is my school equipped? My school is equipped. My district is outstanding. I'm sure others will, think that we do have funding issues, but from a classroom teacher standpoint, I never see it. Anytime we want something, we ask, we usually get it. There's plenty of grants to write. So we have smart boards, LCD projectors in every classroom, in every commons area. My school does not have a 3D printer yet, but we could if we asked for one. Each classroom teacher has iPads. We have iPad carts. We have laptop carts. We have coding for software. We We have virtual reality equipment. We have Osmos. Our district has a lot of support, and so we really do have a lot of equipment from kindergarten through 12th grade. What are the advantages to innovative practices? This is probably a little controversial, but I do believe the major advantages that are seen are higher attendance rates and bragging rights. I think a lot of times when you go on walkthroughs and you go and you visit different buildings and districts, everyone talks about cutting edge technology. We're going to have these devices in the hands of children, and people kind of parade it around like it's a dog and pony show. And a lot of times I think people think, ooh, they have the greatest technology, let's enroll my student there, because they're going to make sure my student is college and career ready. However, I think a lot of times it's a dog and pony show. Instead of seeing that they have the devices, I think it's important to see, what are you doing with those devices? What is the end product? What have you made? What have you created? How has it changed for the better, rather than just saying, oh, you've got a lot of equipment. I think it needs to go a little bit deeper than that. Other advantages to using technology, of course, you have all the positive. Kids will be more experienced. They'll be well-rounded. They'll know, be ready to go into the workplace and have more success in academics in high school if they're familiar with some of the programs. But I think higher attendance rate has a huge part of it, because people are wanting more people in their buildings. The disadvantages to innovative practices. The ones that have me the most concerned, I've been reading a lot of brain-based research, and the amount of students with anxiety, depression, less social skills, feeling that they are less than other people because they are constantly seeing images where they are being comparing their lives, their situations to others. It has has created a lot of poor physical and mental health. And I think that is something that I would like to look a lot more into. Cyberbullying. I am a reading specialist, so I'm not putting my kids on the internet. However, from a personal standpoint, cyberbullying has been a part of my family's life. I have a teenage daughter, and when she was in the 8th grade, there was another girl who was kind of bullying her and being mean to her, and actually took my daughter's Facebook profile picture and cut her face off of it and put it on the other person's unclothed body and sent it to a person in Oklahoma. Then that person in Oklahoma, adult male, happened to go through this girl's Instagram people and was able to go, oh, well, this is this person's face, and contacted my daughter and said, hey, just wanted to let you know this happened. This person sent me your picture. It looks like it's your face on someone else's body. And so that was not a fun experience trying to get that to stop. So educating parents, educating students is going to be a huge part of helping our children stay safe on the internet. And that concludes my presentation. Hopefully I've tried to get through it quick enough that it will save and upload when I get home. Thank you.